We had a very hectic, busy second day of our Israel visit, and it's still to end. We began at around 8 a.m. First up was a meeting with the IDF team, the Israeli Defense Forces media and strategic communication team, where we are given a briefing for about an hour on the ongoing situation insofar as Israel's Hamas war is concerned. Uh, the way the Israeli Defense Forces have gone the extra mile in making sure that, despite the fact that it's a very complex situation with the Hamas terrorists embedded within the civilian population, how they take care that minimal collateral damage happens. Of course, Israel has been under tremendous pressure to the extent of being accused of carrying out war crimes. So they were putting across their side that, see, we have tried everything. Every combat unit, for example, has an oversight from international law experts from within Israel, and all operations are first cleared by international legal affairs, and then the operations are carried out. And then we were told that this is because there is a law in Jerusalem that the facade of buildings new have to be in that typical Jerusalem stone. It's a stone which is locally available. We went to the Foreign Affairs Ministry and we took a press conference by Gideon Sa'ar, the Foreign Minister of Israel. And there I asked him a question, in fact, about how Israel sees the double standards and hypocrisy of the world, because on terror, I think India and Israel travel in the same boat, because we have seen vis-a-vis Pakistan how the world community has sort of expressed double standards, from China condoning Pakistani terror to even Trump now doing that. So he said that this is absolutely immoral and unfair on the part of the world to have those double standards, and we should do something about it together. He empathized with India's position on Pahalgam terror attack and its aftermath. So that's second. Then, of course, we had a couple of other meetings, both in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and, for example, we met with the head of the Bureau of the Middle East. He's a very important person. He engages with diplomats from Middle Eastern, essentially Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Morocco, among others, on Israel's relationships. And very important to take away was that despite this ever-lengthening war with Hamas in Gaza, Israel's Abraham Accords with some of these Muslim countries have sort of endured and not taken a nosedive. Some turbulence with Jordan and Egypt, but otherwise doing fine. So that was another. And then, of course, another interesting aspect while coming back on the way about the ways of Israel and its laws. Given the security situation that Israel is in, uh, you know, every building, every home, every house has to have a safe room. Now, this is by law that anyone building a house or building a structure like this on every floor, or possibly practically every other floor, have to have a safe room. And safe rooms are those which are designed to survive a missile attack. They are designed to survive a gas attack. This law was brought in 1991, and in the immediate aftermath of the first Gulf War. And since then, it has endured, and we are told that it served Israelis so well that this time when it had multiple wars, in fact, they call it an eight-front war, so Houthis and Hezbollah and Hamas and Iran and Syria and whatnot, including they consider United Nations to be another front. So in this eight-front war that Israel has waged over the last couple of years, these safe rooms in every house helped them a lot whenever they had those volleys of rockets coming in from the Hamas side, or missiles coming in from as far as Yemen. Israelis have really suffered very minimal collateral damage in terms of loss to life because of these safe rooms in every building, in every house. So interesting tidbits coming in, Narco, from the second day. Tomorrow, third day, another day, and we are traveling south, down south, where we are going to be visiting all those kibbutz that were targeted by the Hamas terrorists, and we would, of course, be meeting some victims there. Arthur, we covered a couple of protests where people are coming out in the streets, right outside the Prime Minister's office, right outside the Foreign Ministry. They are saying, please end the war now and bring the hostages back. And they are building pressure on the government that there is no need whatsoever now to continue the war, and that this is unnecessary now, and that it can stop. So I think Israeli society is a little divided on that. The Netanyahu government believes that Hamas only understands one language, and that is the language of strength and force, and that in any case, they are not going to have a ceasefire or end of war on Hamas terms. So Hamas has to make way, and Hamas is not the true representative on this negotiation table when it comes to ending this war. And so that's where the society is split, where people are very clear that this war has served its purpose. Hamas is, reduced in its capacity and its strength to inflict any damage on Israel, and so we can live with it. But what is most important is that the remaining 50 hostages, and even there, the estimate is that out of those remaining 50, about 28 are already dead, just 22 left. Those 22 alive and 28 body bags, they have to be brought back anyhow now, and that the war should stop. So the verdict, the jury is still out whether the war would stop. Back channel communication with the Americans involved are going on. In fact, Gideon Sar, after that press conference, immediately left for the United States. There is a meeting at the United Nations on this very issue of ceasefire in West Asia and between Israel and Hamas. What comes out, we'll know over a couple of days, for the next couple of days. And in fact, Gideon Sar is coming back, and we would have another meeting with him on Thursday. So hopefully, I'll update you on that then. Gaza territory, insofar as administration is concerned, is 100% controlled by the by Hamas and Gaza Authority. And when it comes to militarily taking control, as of now, we are told anything between 70 to 80% of the Gazan territory is now fully uh, within the reach and control of the Israeli Defense Forces. So they have destroyed, for example, about 80% of the tunnel network that was there, because of which Hamas survived for this long. And overground also, the hospitals, key facilities, they are in direct military control of the IDF. So in that sense, Hamas is considerably debilitated in terms of any military response, but their political ideology remains still strong, and that's why they continue to recruit, and that's why Israel believes that they are not leaving Gaza Strip anytime soon, unless, of course, there is a change of uh, the people, change in the people who really control the Gaza Strip, which means they really want Hamas completely out. That's something which is part of the negotiations.